Morocco. Romania, scary. Scary because they're gonna be gone forever. Use that first link in the description down below to makeship.com to get yours for spooky season. They're so terrifying. Similar flags, country humans edition. Oh god. Well, I do like the reference to the Aztecs with Mexico wearing this hat here. So yes, Italy looks like Mexico, of course. India looks like Niger. Interesting. Egypt, a lot of Middle Eastern countries look similar. Similar flags. Oh, well, yeah, pretty much all. Well, you know what? The British did that to themselves. If they wanted to have a unique flag, they should have thrown their flag on literally every other country's face. There's still such an insane amount of countries, states, territories that still rock this. A lot of them are islands, but then you have our U.S. state of Hawaii. And of course, there's still a couple Canadian provinces that still do it. Lots of similar flags here. UK was like, why I have so much children? It's giving, hey, can I copy your homework? Sure, but don't make it too obvious. Sure are a lot of cheaters in this class. Changing flags of countries. Man, the internet has just been so obsessed, specifically YouTube Shorts, with flipping flags, reversing flags, similar flags. I don't really know where this even comes from. I mean, technically, my second most viewed video ever is about war flags specifically, so maybe people have always been obsessed with this stuff, but it's just getting to a whole nother level now. So yes, you can switch Germany to make Belgium, which is kind of a funny reference just because of how often Germany has gone through the speed bump of Europe. That's Belgium's nickname. Obviously, there's India turning into Ireland. That's an interesting one because you usually always see Ireland and the Ivory Coast being referenced to similar flags. Literally, they're just mirrored. That's the only difference. Next up, we've got Indonesia switching to Poland, Singapore turning to Monaco. We have the UAE. Okay, this is why this people love putting that Philippines war flag. Yeah, that's when things get really real. This is why this video is doing so. There's actually so much stuff to examine here. You gotta watch these TikToks over and over again to get all the references. I don't know, TikToks, YouTube Shorts, whatever you want to call them. I really like the comparisons, what the flags, the two similar flags they use, because it's not like the generic choices. Singapore to Monaco, that's a unique one I don't normally see, but yeah, they're very similar. Then they went from Palestine and Sweden to the UAE and Finland. Of course, all the Nordic countries look very similar. And then we've talked about, yeah, flipped flags, war flags, Yemen to the German Empire, the Philippines if they switch, the Netherlands to France. Really strange how I just now realized this. Germany is very similar to the Belgian flag and France is very similar to the Dutch flag. All those countries are basically neighbors. Finally, Italy to Iran, except they don't have the thing here, but close enough. Very interesting top comment. The comments are always so strange under these videos. Italy and Iran, cool and lovey. Rome and Persia, not so much. I mean, yeah. There's some classic rivalries there. Another one, that same format by country Z. We have India turning, well, we've seen Niger to India, the USA to Malaysia. The USA actually has a lot of similar flags. You wouldn't think it because the USA kind of has like, it's not like a super bare design. Like, I mean, it's not just like a tri-color flag, just, you know, 3 strips with different colors. You can actually dig deeper and figure out where these influences come from, but yeah, that's all about the flag history. So Turkey turned into Tunisia and Vietnam and Somalia. Of course, they have a star in the middle of their flag. I'm missing, wait, what the heck? Oh, these are some different transitions. I gotta go back, hold up. Guatemala and Sweden turning into Argentina and Norway. Then Bangladesh turning into the Empire of Japan. Russia turning into Serbia. These are Egypt turning into, wow, the German Empire. I didn't see that. And then Puerto Rico turning into Cuba, which now the Soviet Union's going to give them some new. That's a pretty hilarious reference. Again, these videos get so many views because there's a lot of little details going on in the video that I think you'd miss on just the first watch. You got to watch them like 4 or 5 times. Japan is my second favorite country. Oh, behind Bangladesh. Puerto Rico, I'm not a country, but I turn into Cuba. USA, bro, I turn into Malaysia. Nothing's worse than Malaysia, apparently. Country Z, very nice. Rotating flags. We have Imperial Japan and Japan both rotating. Turkey, the same. Yemen, that's going to turn into German Empire. That's going to turn into... That's going to turn into Russia, more than likely. I can see where some of these are going. That one's going to turn into Palestine. Hungary's going to turn into Iran, I guess. Yeah, Armenia's going to turn into Colombia. We've talked about that one before. That's going to turn into Poland. I love how Kade Kennedy is going to turn into Ireland. I like how the epic music is going on. And some of the countries, I mean, I guess all countries deserve epic music, don't get me wrong, but it's one thing going from the Philippines to the Philippines war flag. It's like, whoa, okay, we're at war. That's one thing. Then Serbia to Russia. Okay, that also, I think, incites like scary music. But then to do Cote d'Ivoire and Ireland at the very end and give it like that little blur effect, like the second one was personal. What was the second one? Oh, just because, I don't know what that is. I like how it starts off with like, yeah, I mean, I guess Japan is one of the only flags that can be rotated and it still is the the exact same. Is that technically true? Hold on. How many flags really are there that can be rotated a perfect 180 degrees and still the exact same? And I mean the exact same. For example, France here, if we flip it like so, red, white, and blue is not their flag. That's not technically their flag. It's obviously going to work with countries with a simpler design, but even for Indonesia, you can't flip it. We already saw that turns into Poland. Switzerland still works. Technically speaking, none of these flags work except for the United Kingdom. The Union Jack, you can flip upside down and it'll be the exact same. There's also flipping upside down and then mirroring, or, you know, like doing a, I don't even know how you say that. Oh, Peru and Austria examples, they also stay about the same, tricolors. There's just way too many flags to go through. And this has provinces too. You know what's funny? I give so much crap to US state flags for being kind of bad and generic, but I mean, let's look at Mexico state's flags. Those are rough. Nice job, NATO ball. Poland turning into Indonesia. We've seen that before. Syria turning into Iraq. That's a new one. India and Ireland. Can't believe we haven't seen this before. Australia into New Zealand. I mean, those are super similar. In fact, when I was still going through my flag learning journey, trying to identify all flags of the world, I mean, this would really trip me up all the time. You always gotta look for those red stars, though, to identify New Zealand. I really like this part, though, because Palestine to Jordan, wouldn't have expected that crossover. Russia to Slovakia with the war music. It's kind of super random, but okay. Then we have Netherlands to France. Yeah, I guess that's scary. Italy to Mexico. Really? You're not gonna give them like a taco or something? Something to make this music scarier. These videos just show me how much flags and flag designs kind of take reference to neighboring countries, regional designs. I mean, just look at Africa. Look at all the green they love to include. Not all of them, but a lot of them. It's gonna be a little controversial, but this really just shows how many countries just copy each other. Literally copying other people's homeworks and just tell them to change it up a bit. Are humans really that unoriginal, I wonder? No, but there's definitely been certain countries that have been influenced by maybe a certain neighbor, and they did kind of amp up the flag. They did kind of make it better, in my opinion. If I flipped my flag 180 degrees, I will be Russia. This is gonna have a lot of text, isn't it? If I do it, that's Armenia to Colombia. That's Poland to Indonesia, Iran, or no, that's Ethiopia. Sorry, that's the war flag of the Philippines. That wow, this has a lot going on here. Hold on. What did I just see? Oh, that's the normal Yemen to stretched out rectangle. Love that we're not just talking flags here. Yugoslavia to France. Didn't even think about that. It's actually crazy how often like some of these videos are like surprising me. Oh, I didn't know that flag was so similar to that flag. I didn't even cross my mind. Again, because sometimes the flag design is just very simple. So many just red and white flags though. There's so many. Oh wait, yeah, Hungary turns into a old Ethiopia flag. I really liked that one. Can they bring back this majestic lion with the red eyes? I think there's a reason they had to get rid of that. Basically, Thai, very nice. Indonesia turning into Monaco? What? But they literally don't even have to have a change. That's pretty funny. The question mark comes from because like literally nothing happens. They have the exact same flag. To be fair, the reds are a little bit different and so is the aspect ratio, but luckily Indonesia is a massive nation with a bunch of population on the other side of the globe and Monaco is a tiny city-state in Europe. So you don't normally get those two flags. So you don't normally see those flags in the wild. If you see a flag like that, it's almost always Indonesia. So then there's Canada coming in to become Peru. They just have to say, oh, that's right, you rake the leaf and then it becomes Peru. That's funny. That's what they say after fall or whatever. South Korea to Japan. Those are very similar. I actually recently came to that conclusion because of the next country balls I'm about to release. Spoiler alert. Very similar designs. Thailand to Costa Rica. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I have seen that. China to the USSR. Yes, of course. Mexico to Iran. Oh, that's kind of a new one. El Salvador to Israel. Didn't think about that. United Kingdom to an old United Kingdom. Oh, that's the old British Empire. Obviously, India's not going to like that because British Raj. There's a lot going on here. Yeah, Thailand to Costa Rica. That they are very, very similar. They just kind of swap the colors. Palestine to Sudan. Didn't even think about that. And then, of course, yeah, Austria and Latvia are basically the same. It's just a different tone of. Also, the aspect ratio. The strips are a little bit different. To be fair, communist nations all kind of just had a similar vibe. Just red and an icon. Communism. Yeah, they really like having synchronized flags, that's for sure. El Salvador to Israel, I've never seen that reference before, but that's kind of funny. And then, of course, a modern-day UK is going to have a similar flag to the past UK. That shouldn't be a shocker at all, but it's still kind of funny that it was in use here. United Kingdom Empire, WTF. United Kingdom Empire. What a crazy 3 words. Bro violated the rules of country balls. How many similar flags of different countries? Part 2? Oh, well, yeah. wait, Georgia, the Isle of Man. Is that an old, what's that one again? That's a Crusade flag, right? I believe that's a historical one. We have Vietnam, Somalia, and Morocco, all with just stars in the center. There might actually be another one that you could add to that. I think it's from more historical. We have Switzerland, Tonga, Malta, yes. A lot of Middle Eastern flags. What the heck? Regionally, yes, of course, a lot of the regional nations. You also have to consider when they got their independence. That's part of the reason why flags were looking to other countries, for inspiration, because a lot of the places were getting their own independence at the same time. This one, we're focused on Zimbabwe, of course, referencing other nations, Uganda, Philippines, and Czechia. I didn't even think about that. One flag. Oh, and then of course Nordic. Oh, I didn't realize that we're actually talking about all three. Okay, so Antarctica. Yeah, I don't know if I'd count Macau. That's weird, but Kosovo and Cyprus. That's an interesting. Yeah, Egypt, of course, again following the Middle East rule. Italy, and then you can throw Iran in there. It's very highly subjective, obviously. That was by ASBGO. Flags turn into empires. Now, this is going to be interesting because you can always do interesting... Oh, well, this is going to be the British Empire. There's always different ways to turn flags into imperial flags. There's been a lot of empires throughout history. You can turn almost any modern... Well, I don't know if I should say that. You can turn a lot of modern-day flags without making too many changes into an imperial flag from the past, maybe. I mean, this one's going to be a pretty... easy one to do. You just get rid of those brackets on the side, and yeah, this is the old Union Jack, the British Empire flag from 1707 to more Okay, this is Mongolia. Mongolia turned into the Genghis. Yes, I noticed that icon there when I was designing my big old big Mongolia country ball plushie. I was gonna bring it down from there, but I don't know if I want to revive Genghis right now. This one, Russia, you just gotta slide the first two strips over. I don't know where you're gonna get the yellow from, but yeah, hammer and sickle, just throw that in the top left-hand corner. The Qing Dynasty, so this is making historical references. Oh wow, that was a nice transition. One thing I love about this channel, which is Force Man Big World, please go subscribe, is they do great flag transition animations. It's actually really beautiful. It's always done really great with that. So China turned into their old self, the Qing Dynasty. This is the modern day Germany with some really good music, obviously. Turned into, oh boy, please don't play the wrong song. Please. Okay, that's fine. I thought this video was going to get demonetized, but that's okay. Japan turned into, well, now it will, because you have to turn into the Imperial Japanese. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I thought you were going to put the WoW anime sound effect. Wow, wow. I don't know why I should have just probably used the sound effect, not my weird voice there. Turkey turned into old Ottoman. That's very easy. Isn't there 3? Yeah, you need 3 there. The Ottomans had a couple different types of flags. Didn't they have a couple? Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, definitely changed throughout time, but yeah, the 3 moons was very popular, and eventually they get to, you can see the old, yeah, you can see where Turkey gets the reference to the old stuff. Ooh, now I don't know how this one's gonna go. This is the current South Korea versus how you say Joseon Empire? This was their empire when it was still united. There was no divided. Yeah, the Korean Empire didn't last very long. Japan came over, messed it up. Oh man, the blood going over that is a little bit scary. Portugal turned it. Oh man, I love the old Portuguese flag. It was so cool. I wish they brought that back. The blue, it looks better, in my opinion. I'm hearing like some sound effects, some Pennywise. That's Austria, in old Austria. There's not much change you have to do there. Sweden just had the little horn things. Yeah, they had this weird shape. The Swedish Empire, Great Northern War, good stuff. Is that supposed to be PNG? Oh no. Italy, going back to a Roman Empire, get it all red, and then throw. I don't think that the Roman Empire technically had an official flag, but this is just like the de facto flag that we like to use, because, I mean, yeah, it seems about right. Nice reference to all the empires we just saw right now. Yeah, very nice song transitions, too. I loved that aspect of it. Again, very nice Force-Man Big World. Again, like I said, if you want the Romanian country ball or the Morocco country ball, go visit that link down below to makeship.com before they're gone forever. As always, big thanks to my patrons. Month 2. In Drew's basement. Drew's Argentinian Grandpa. I'm back, boys. I can't sleep. Pavlik, Kansas was mentioned. Amateur Archaeology. aPhatNarwhal. Carmel Fredrik Tibblin. KingBearHaze. KirinoIsBestGirl. Mgmluthegoat. Tyrol. Tambre. Mexican 760. If you like your name here, check that link to Patreon down below.